Hello and welcome to this GIMP tutorial. My name is Eli and I will be just demonstrating how to create an image such as this from an image such as this. Largely this is dependent on lighting effects, colorizations. This is going to be an advanced tutorial, but it's relatively easy to do. The reason it is an advanced tutorial though is because I'm going to skim over the basic tools such as cutting, feathering, and some of the other basics. So we're going to skip those and get right into the good stuff. Now, so first is first. You need a number of images. Of course, the background explosion. You will need a ground, and you will need, of course, the actual model, and you will also, it's nice to have something in the foreground as well. These are the embers we're going to have in the very, very foreground of the image. It's going to give it a bit of a 3D look. So the way we go about all this, first we position the fireball, the explosion, in the background. And I've already got that centered and sorted. Next we, and there's going to be no editing really involved in that one because that is the basis and the colorization of the rest of the image. Next, we look at creating the ground from that, and it needs to be consistent. This is where it starts to get a little bit fun. We're just going to order that down there. So we want to cut the sky off that, and I'm just going to feather at about 20 and just cut the sky off that as such. So now we have that image there, and I'm going to just align it as such, and the first thing I got to do is make it darker. So we go to levels, colors, levels, and we darken that, and we try to get it a little bit consistent with the above image, and that's looking pretty good. Click OK. Of course the color of it is wrong because the amount of red light coming out of that explosion should reflect off the ground, and so we want to make the ground red, or a red-orange. And that's simply a matter of colorization. Find yourself the red spot that we want to go to. Now you may have to tweak the saturation up as well. That's looking good. So now we want to be a little bit realistic and say that the closer the ground is to the fireball, the lighter it's going to be, and we want to darken the outside. So we're just going to darken the bottom part of that, and we do that by going to the burn tool, and we want to burn all highlights from that. So we just manually click over the, whoops, I was just lightening it then. We want to manually burn the highlights, so, and you can see that's already starting to happen. Okay, and there it is. So that's actually darkened a lot of the bottom part of that image. Now we, after cutting the model out of our image, we position the model in the appropriate area, and then we can work on the lighting. Now, any image that is against, or any object against a bright background creates a silhouette. So the very first thing we want to do is darken this image heavily. So the way we do that is by going to levels and just dragging the middle, let me just have the right layer selected, I beg your pardon, dragging the middle, the middle triangle there, and darkening the overall image, and that's already looking actually pretty real. So I'm actually quite happy with that lightness and brightness of that. However, it is inconsistent with the redness of the rest of the image. So again, to make it more red, we can use the colorize, but we don't want to colorize it to the extent where we lose existing color. We want to have a little bit of the original color. The way I do that is by creating a duplicate layer and colorizing the top layer to match the rest of the image. And then adding opacity to the top layer so that the true colors do come through ever so slightly, and it adds a sense of realism as well. We're not completely washing out the color. So there we go, that's done. Merge down those two layers so that they are the one layer, and now we can work off light reflections. And the way we work off light reflection is by using, I personally like to use the highlight tool. We highlight, well, I should say the dodge tool, and we dodge the highlights. So I'm going to reduce the size of our brush. The angle of my brush is a little bit distorted, but that's okay. Okay, and we just trace around the outside of the image. So we are dodging the highlights. So we are brightening all the light parts of our image. And I'm just going through this and I'm clicking through it, and you can see it's already having an impact around the outside. Now I'm just going to click, 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 click. See how that's adding some interesting lighting to the model, and yep, that presents an aspect of realism. I really like the way that kind of, how easily and how well that works. Get the chest plate to also be a little bit brighter, and as well as down now across the leg as well. The top part of the leg would have some reflection, so you can kind of work that to your own heart's content. Okay, and you can see that that's already starting to look quite realistic. So then we can just add the embers for some 3D, I guess it keeps it from looking 2D, yeah, rather. And to do that, there's a really easy trick to all this, and we can go to Layer, Transparency, and Color to Alpha, and we want to make the black color the alpha, and that is the transparent color. So all black becomes transparent. Voila, there it is. You know, you can go the extra step by having lighting effects which are pre-built into GIMP to create, let me find the lights, to create a lens flare. You know, I'm indifferent about that because I think the lens flare sometimes is overused, but you can do that if you like. But yeah, look, that's looking pretty cool. Spend a little bit more time on it and it ends up looking even more real. So this was a quick 5-minute job to let you know how easy it is actually to do this sort of thing. If you end up creating your own images from this sort of thing, please leave your comments, let me know what you've done. I'd love to check out your work as well. If you have any questions, do let me know. The model in this image was Georgia, a great model to work with, and really happy with the way it came out. So thanks for watching. My name is Eli.